Kwabena AduBoahen and rather eba be breaking a story ewa ha edemam ne girlfriend judges no uncover millions of dollars transactions be a Kwabena AduBoahen waye ede ama Rashida na Sisiano Rashida $1 million mansion be a Kwabena AduBoahen or this state looted money etoma no ewo airport abusuya Sisiano yasanso akwako identifies millions of dollar mansions otomano and enye enonkwan sa Rashida yi Kwabena AduBoahen enam transactions ana oye money ntino osanso call Atlanta USA se enka osanso to mansion bi oho abusuya Black Rasta aba drop hot details on Atlanta mansion and Kaupakoto any airport fear and not dear or this state looted money etoma Rashida. Ebusia yamian corner young konkuti and some Black Rasta attitude. The credit goes to Black Rasta. Unsubscribe here, subscribing and hit it on the notification bells and any updates we are dropping on. Also, once every to me, I can be a gossip politics TV. So, better say.
How Rashida Sani tried to buy plush house in Atlanta, Georgia. My brother, my sister, we have done a lot of work on Rashida Sani, the alleged girlfriend of Kwabena AduBoahen. The relationship which allegedly broke her marriage. My brother, my sister, right now things are coming up. Now we have the energy to tell you more. When we started talking about this, a few people who did not know our pedigree thought that we're only bad-mouthing people. Now it is established, my brother, my sister, and therefore we can do more. This is Rashida Sani. She was born in 1980. In fact, we ran her dossier the other day. So we would just say this for now, and this will suffice it. She's a journalist. In fact, a very brilliant one for that matter. She went to GIJ. She always wanted to be one. And at the same time, she wanted to be rich, coming from a big family of 25 children, she being the 24th. Rashida Sani got married to a guy. My brother, my sister, Lennon. His father was Nasamu, a politician who was well known. At the time, he was even a regional minister. In retirement, he sat down quietly and guided some of the newer politicians. Lennon worked at a bank, but the salary from the bank was totally inadequate. When Rashida started seeing big cash, she's pretty. Every man, young or old, will never look at her once and throw the face away. You want to look at her again, and maybe again, even if you are the chairman of a big church or the imam of a certain mosque that sits in Nima. She's pretty. By the African standards that we have, this is somebody many will slaughter each other for. And I've known her from when she probably was a teenager and even beyond. She's always been this pretty. Ambition can lead people into doing things that will hurt themselves and their futures. My brother, my sister, many crash. Many see the end of a beautiful dream too early before accomplishment. My brother, my sister, it looked like Rashida was having a very good time when she met this guy AduBoahen. If she was in the Christian church, she would have said she had met her destiny helper. In no time, The meetings and a few of those things started to push out money, vomit money. In fact, churn out big cash. Money that she started to see, that bank money, was peanuts. The bank money, the salary her husband was getting, she could let the husband sit at home and she would pay the husband for 20 years in advance. Just sit home and clean the backside of the babies. She had money. There was a time she drove 2 fresh, brand new cars into the house in one day. Where did you get them? Oh, the new people I'm working with, they gave me this. 2 fresh cars. She started to have nocturnal travels with AduBoahen. Money was flowing. And when we told you this story, many were those who said, Black Rasta, be careful. Well, here we are. We have been careful, and the truth is being churned out the same way we said it. Now it's all over on the news cards in Ghana. Boom! From even media houses that began to fight me and say, provide evidence. I called a few of the media houses and they said, come for your stone. Cold cards. Watch this. Governor AduBoahen cost 2.5 million Ghana cedis to be sent to Rashida Sani's Izar Limited from BMC bank account. And I told you the circumstances under which this money was sent to Rashida. It is alleged, my brother, my sister, that he was supposed to leave his wife. She was supposed to leave her husband so they would become an item. Rashida quickly kicked out the husband. And when he tried to kick out his wife, the church said, no, not under Wingham. Reverend Wingham here. They were brought together for counseling. The church won't allow you to let your wife go just like that. No. Counseling. If anything at all, separation. Whilst you are still being counseled, you don't divorce in the church. Just like that. Like Rashida divorced her husband. One day, I'm angry with you. Your face is annoying. Go. Or no, nah, I'm tired. And you are doing A, B, C, D. Like that. He tried to divorce his wife. The church said no. And what happened next? He had to compensate her. And started to dole money from the account that is allegedly tainted with fraud and theft. The B.N.C bank accounts. Money he allegedly stole from us as Ghanaians. He started sending the money to his girlfriend. My brother, my sister. Oh, you take this for the time being. Cool down. Everything will be okay, okay? Please, just let the church do their thing. Because he himself was a top member of the church, paying big enough tithes. He helped to even build some part of the church. He was somebody who gave money to the Assemblies of God church to the point that they even decided to choose somebody from the church to be specially dedicated to his tithes and his donations, what we call offering. Do you understand? One man is giving so much money to the church. Now they take the accountant and say, you are dedicated to this person. And he would always bring money. He knew what he was doing. He got the attention of the church as a top class person. And later, my brother, my sister, we were told he tried to pull a fast one on the president when he planted rodents around the president to demean and compromise the security of the president. We were told that when this one was told to Wingham, he said, what? And the president attends Wingham's church. And AduBoahen chose that church. He's a smart kid. Now, after they did this, the church decided that no, they will not deal with this guy. Wingham didn't know. He thought Christ had given him favor. AduBoahen gave him protocol. He brought national security chaps and some other such people and dedicated those to Reverend Wingham. Everywhere Reverend Wingham went, those guys who wear the suit and wear the glasses and like that, they were around him. Later, when Reverend Wingham of the Assemblies of God Church, he's the president, the whole Ghana, my brother, my sister, was told the implication of that. They sacked all those boys around them. And Reverend Wingham said, you know what? I am better off without this protocol. President's security was also changed because of this rat. My brother, my sister, he and Rashida were traveling out of the nation, left, right, and center. And we started hearing this even long before the expose. Some bloggers started to talk about that. Some were told to keep quiet or else, because these guys were still in power. They had the power to make or unmake, to make you happy or sad. But power is transient. When AduBoahen got out of power, he became powerless. Dumso struck his forehead so hard, he had different sounds in his ears, right in his medulla oblongata. Can I say more? Now watch this. After sending so much money into her account and giving her dubious contracts, as we are being told now, including security contracts, go to Russia and procure this, go to this and do that. Did it not compromise our security in a way? I'm not a security expert. We will get there. My brother, my sister, they started to travel out and do things. And my brother, for now, I'm not permitted to tell you what happened on some of their trips. Were there business trips, national trips, or logoligi logarithm spree? But I don't have a problem if a man and woman decide to do their thing. But if they compromise national security, I have a problem. My brother, my sister, especially that it even connotes theft. Watch this. No, the whole nation got to know when an Emirates attendant refused to let AduBoahen on a plane because he was late. Rashida had been there waiting. She refused to sit in the plane because the person she was traveling with hadn't arrived, which is normal. What do I sit in the plane for? I am sure, I am guessing that she probably called the guy and said, Charlie, the thing, oh, they're about to close the thing. Oh, don't worry. National security boss, when I come, they will open the plane. Even if the plane flies into stratosphere, I'll make sure it enters atmosphere and comes down so that we'll climb and go back to mesosphere. Hallelujah. Now watch this. When they arrived and they were going to walk into the plane, the Emirates attendant said, sir, I'm sorry you are late. The plane doors are closing as we talk. So do you know who you're talking to? Do you know? Look at the time. I still have about 11 minutes. Why? Say, no, the plane closes at least 15 minutes before it takes off. So your 11 minutes is not even good enough. It's a security check. No! Do you know who I am? He flashed his passport. Diplomatic passport. Sir, This is security, and it has nothing to do with your passport or your personality. He had never been challenged like this. He got angry, and we're told that he allegedly, in conjunction with Rashida, kidnapped this lady. It's in the news. Just Google it out. The two of them and some other people. It was put out in the media. They orchestrated the capturing, the kidnapping of this Emirates attendant. The following day, they flew out again to Israel via Dubai. And when they arrived in Dubai, they went to the Emirates headquarters and reported this young lady in Ghana that she should be sacked because she was working with the opposition NDC and disrespected him, a diplomat who should be addressed as His Excellency. This is the woman we're talking about. That's power. Emirates said, sir, we thank you so much for bringing the information, but we don't just sack people on just one person's account or one party's account. This is not an ex-party thing. We will have to listen to the other side. And when it came out that this lady had gone through a lot, the capturing and all that, she was put somewhere, she was sent counselors to be able to talk to her. She was totally hypnotized. In fact, she was totally inundated with abstract images. And watch this. This is from the Herald. In the days, national security and NIB operatives kidnapped Emirates manager. And look at AduBoahen there. And look at the young lady there. Dan Parry was in power then. And Rashida's photo is showing there prominently. I don't want to talk more about this issue because we know more. My brother, my sister, at the helm of her power, she could make and unmake. Can I now go into today's story? Now that you know who this person is, growing from a big family of 25, the 24th child, struggling through her education in one way or the other, and looking at the several wives in the family and telling herself that, you know what, I have to be better. That is a good dream. But how are you going to achieve that? In a country where we don't care, but we just say the end justifies the means, some of these things could go free. So, a few months before NPP lost power, it was glaring. Rashida flew, as we were told, all the way to the United States of America. She's been flying. And when she got there, she decided to go to Georgia. And you know why? Information reaching me has said that one Dr. Abdul Nasir Isahaku, this great guy, I love him. In fact, he was the boss of the Bank of Ghana, the governor. Mahama picked him up in 2016 and made him the boss. Unfortunately, Mahama lost power. So by 2017, they kicked him out in one way or the other to replace him. Political appointment. He was the one Rashida spoke to, wanted to go to America and do whatever she wanted to do there. And this is a very kind man. He will support anybody, family, and even beyond. Rashida wanted to be introduced to somebody in Atlanta because she wanted to do something in Atlanta. And who was that somebody? Samson Jabba. Do we all remember Samson Jabba? Lightwave, the guy who was running the hospitals in Ghana. He's another good-hearted guy. I like him. My brother, my sister, his father was a rich man in the days. His father bought a car for Kwame Nkrumah in the days. This guy here, there's the Jabba house right here in Accra, which is next to Peace FM, where Peace FM is now. When you're driving along the road, just after GCTU, look on your right. If you're coming after UT, if GCTU is on your left, you will see the Jabba house. I believe that the Jabba house is their house. They are a powerful family, Krobo and beyond. Hey, my brother, my sister, this is a rich guy. He has raw cash. So Dr. Nasser allegedly introduced the young lady Rashida to this guy. So she flew to Atlanta and met with the guy. And she chose to sleep in a hotel that is exquisite, JW Marriott at Buckhead, there in Atlanta. You see it? This is the hotel. Can I take you inside? Can I take you inside so you see exactly? Wagwan, this is the hotel. It's sweet, isn't it? Hey, and the food, Jesus have mercy. Special American food. In fact, if you don't even speak English and you eat this food, you start speaking, man, I'm going to come in the morning, and in the morning, everything is going to be all right. You know how Addo Asafo and the rest went to America, and within 2 days, their accent changed. Such pretenders, Addo Asafo and her ilk. And these people want to rule Ghana. This is JW, not Jehovah's Witnesses. JW Marriott Buckhead. Rashida wanted to buy a house in Buckhead. And this hotel, a lot of business people like to go there. You know why? Because there's a beautiful square around the area, and I'm talking about the Lenox Square Mall. This place, where a lot of shopping takes place. Gucci and Gabbana. All the beautiful things you want, designer-wise and beyond. A lot of people who want to shop. Ferrari. Oh, Jesus. Sky a day. Hey, Radanyame. My scan be what? Hey, Missy, get data. Missy, Unia, pegete ai. Oh, yeah, pegete ai. No, I do papa. And you sky, esi, krumye. Pesca krata. Hey, Juma, pesca kra. Hey, Rade, look at the watch. That be nebeshe. Missy, that be nebe them watchy. Missy, or a shrine. What to ja? Oje. This is the place. Anything designer you want, you find it in here. Ha! Cut diamonds. Hey! Anything you want, I say, it's just a matter of going to the Lenox Square Mall, right there at Buckhead. Dash it up, please. You make my appetite, you know. My God. So in this hotel, you can see the mall. It's just a walking distance. This was where Rashida wanted a house. So Samson Jabba allegedly introduced her to a realtor. You know who a realtor is? The real estate, blah, 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 blah. And she told this realtor, a female, we're keeping their names, I want a house to buy here. Oh, wow. A white woman. I'm sure she looked at her twice and said, who? Are you a politician? Said, no, I'm not. Okay. Oh, our house is here expensive. Oh, well, it depends on what you say expensive. You know how Americans speak. And Rashida was ready to buy a house there at $500,000 American dollars. According to the information I have, she had on her about 750,000 American dollars. But she wanted to keep part of the money and do other things. She was ready to spend $500,000 American dollars. That's about 5 million Ghana cedis plus. That's the information I have. They said, no. To buy a house here, you need about $1 million and a bit more. Okay, I really wanted that house. Let me go to Florida and come back. We'll talk about this because I want to relocate my children here so they can go to school. It's not bad to send your children to school in America. That's okay, studies. But the big question is this. Was she trying to run away? Or was she preparing for the unforeseen in the coming election? So that a jigwa medium atofie ewa Atlanta, Buckhead. My children are also going to be here attending school so that I can stay here like the way Ken Oforiatta has decided to do. Could that be a reason? Already she sits in a multi-million house just around the airport area there. And we showed you the video of the house. And we are told AduBoahen bought it for her. Fresh. I got the opportunity to walk into the house once when I didn't know all these things were happening. And when I looked at it, my prayer was that, Lord, you see the blessing you've given to my sister. Give me a little bit of it. A few way there is sunkra mami. Udia mami way by 10%. Me pay. And we even joked about it. I said, wow. And she knows how to encourage people. Oh, Black, but this is nothing. It's nothing. Yeah, I mean, you just have to do business. And when you do business, you can have more of this. Let's keep talking. I will show you a few things. And I was happy about it. A few things. Naturally, I'm not a business person. My father was. I don't know how to do business. But my brother, later, a few days later, when we started to hear and to be able to direct our focus into how she made some of this money, I said, oh, if this is it, then I'm not sure I can ever be a businessman. Today, my brother, my sister, was Rashida able to buy the house in Buckhead? Did she buy it? In the next episodes, we will do more. You see, we are good at chasing them. All in the interest of God and country. It doesn't matter whether we're born together or we slept in the same bed together or ate the same food. When it comes to Ghana, Ghana first is the black pot. And here we speak truth to power.
Okay, abusuya we ne ensema ekoso ewo political highway so kwabena AduBoahen ne girlfriend your friend Rashida abusuya state looted man sika kwabena AduBoahen obiade free on mine no efie kesi pa odeto no ewo airport na eno ho nsem na ye de brem e beda masesa mo jepene kokoti sa ensem we ede emaye gossip politics TV so beda masesa